customer decides to buy or engage. If you apply that same idea to the employee, albeit it's a little bit different, but the same idea applies, which is every day I, as an employee, decide to go to work and to give my effort. If I'm having a good experience, I'm probably going to do that in a better way. And it's those kind of core elements of the experience. And then I also extended to say, okay, for friends and family that, hey, you've been married. How's your marriage? Positive, neutral, negative. Tell me why. And it was the same idea. It's not about these big moments that matter, which I think is one of the kind of the concepts that's been propagated in sort of the HR space around focus on moments that matter. The concept of that idea in and of itself is unique because it's a moment. And if that moment matters at that time, does it matter over time? And so, as I was talking about your work experience or a customer experience or being married or in a relationship, it's all these other things, but there was a pattern there. A long-winded breakdown of how we got there was I identified that there were these 18 sort of core elements of an experience that everyone experiences. And once I was able to do that, I was able to say, okay, now I can ask the question, what's your experience overall? How are these elements impacting? And that would have been great in and of itself. But what was missing in the broader engagement literature is a direct tie to a business outcome. And I think that's where everybody's trying to get to. So I simply just asked the question, does this experience impact your performance? Yes or no, and to what degree? Does it impact your productivity? Does it impact whether you're going to stay with the company in the next 12 months? And does it impact whether you'd refer someone to be here? And by doing that, I was able to tie it all together. So now I'm able to actually understand here's my employee's experience overall. Is it positive? Is it negative in some degree thereof? And now I'm able to understand which of those 18 elements are impacting that the most and which of those 18 elements impact those four outcomes. And therein lies sort of the connective thread to growth and value. Because if those employees are having the optimal experience, that they're going to have an engaging experience with a customer. And so that customer is going to come into the organization and they're going to get served well. And therefore, we'll either have a new order, a new script, something will happen, which will drive revenue, which drives growth, which drives valuation. So it's a very connected, logical, linear sort of an approach to answering that question. And that's what we've done. We actually just finished our survey last week and we're going through the results now. Even in seeing the initial results, I know to a high degree, 78 to 84%, their experience is impacting those four outcomes. And certainly now I know where to focus on some of the areas that might need to be improved to drive that experience even higher.